Hey guys, this is our lesson for compound inequalities. What I do need is for you to get out a piece of paper um, and have a calculator ready to go. And we're going to go through a few problems before we start our homework assignments. So let me get rid of my ugly mug. Bye, ugly mug. There we go. And let's start off with these problems. Okay, here's the first problem. Now, this is a more complex multiple choice. Okay, but we're going to go through both pieces here. It says determine which of the following is a solution to the compound inequality, and it gives us this compound inequality. Okay, so what I need us to do here is I need us to solve that compound inequality. Okay, solve it, do your three graphs, put your final solution set down. Okay, if you want to try this part and you have enough time, you can try this part also. So please go ahead and pause the video and give students about 5 minutes to complete this problem. All right, so the first part, f minus 6 is less than 5. So I'm going to solve this. Add 6 to both sides, and I get f is less than 11. It's in the correct order for graphing, so I don't need to worry about anything. And I'm going to graph the second one. Or I'm going to solve the second one. F minus 4 is greater than or equal to 2. Then I solve this. So add 4 to both sides. Now I get F is greater than or equal to 6. Okay? Now, this is an AND statement. And with an AND statement, I'm shading at least or at most one spot. Okay? I want to shade where they're both at. So let's draw my three graphs and let's figure out where the correct answers are. Now, reminder, pay attention to what number is the smallest. The smallest number is the 6. So 6 goes here, and 11 goes here. Okay, and then one at a time, let's put these on the graph. So for the first one, f is less than 11. That is an open circle on 11, and that one is shaded to the left. Okay, for the 6, that is a closed dot on 6, and that one is shaded to the right. So where are they both at? They are both in the middle. Okay, so this would be a closed dot on 6, open dot on 11. And it's important that we keep those dots the way they are because it does help us with solutions. So that's our solutions visually. For our answer then, we would say f such that, and we're going to talk about both of them. We should talk about the 6 first. So f is greater than or equal to 6. Make sure you put the word and in between them. F is less than 11. Okay. Now, that's doing the problem. Now, let's figure out which of these are in the solution set. Okay. So 0. 0's off over here somewhere. So 0's not in the final solution set. 6. That is a closed dot on 6. So 6 is one of the solutions. 8 is in here somewhere. So that is one of the solutions. 9 is in here somewhere, so that is one of the solutions. 11 is an open dot, so that means 11 is not one of the solutions. Okay, so which of these are solutions? B, C, and D. Okay, let's go ahead and do another one. Let's do an OR statement problem that's very similar. So if someone please pause the video and give the students about 4 or 5 minutes to complete this problem. All right, let's take a look here. F minus 1 is greater than or equal to 7. And f plus 3 is less than negative 1. So let's solve these. Add 1 to both sides. Gives me f is greater than or equal to 8 for this one. Sorry, guys, I'm going to apologize. I just realized I did this. I wrote the wrong word there. This is an or. I apologize. Or, okay? So this problem, f plus 3, I'm going to put a minus 3 on both sides. I get f is less than negative 4. Now, since it's an or statement, I know when I'm doing my graph, I'm shading at least 2 spots. Okay? So let's draw 3 lines. And make sure we're thinking about which number is smaller. So 8 and negative 4. Negative 4 is smaller. So negative 4 should be on the left. 8 should be on the right. Okay? So with the 8, f is greater than or equal to 8. That is a closed dot on the 8, and that one goes to the right. For the second one, f is less than negative 4. That's an open dot on negative 4, and that one goes to the left. And our final shading should be anywhere there's shading. So at least 2 spots, it should be the left side and the right side. So just make sure our dots are the same. Closed dot. Has 2 borders. So when I write my answer, I'm writing about them both. Make sure you write about the negative 4 first. So f is less than negative 4. The word or in between. F is greater than or equal to 8. Okay, so that's doing the problem. Now, which of these are solutions? So we can use our graph to help us. So negative 8's over here, so that's a solution. Negative 4, that's an open dot, so it is not a solution. 4 is in the middle here. That is not a solution. 8 is a closed dot, so that is a solution. And then 12 and 16 are out there to the right, so those are both solutions. So it'd be A, D, E, and F are the ones that are solutions for that particular one. Okay. Now, we're going to do a few more problems. We're going to do ones that are a little bit more straightforward. Okay, so let's do 2 at a time here. Here are the first 2 that you are going to do. So please pause the video and give the students about 8 minutes to do these 2 problems. All right, this first one's an and statement. So let's solve it. I'm going to write a note for and. I'm shading 1 spot. So divide by 10. Don't need to flip my inequality sign. It's n is less than 4. That part's done. Okay, for the second one, I have to add 7 to both sides. I'm getting n is greater than negative 9. Okay, so I have my 2 answers. Draw my 3 graphs. Make sure we're paying attention to which one is smaller, and the smaller value here is negative 9. So negative 9 should be on the left, 4 should be on the right. Okay, so for this first one, open dot on 4 going left, open dot on negative 9 going right. Okay, I shade where they're both at, and that is the middle. Make sure I still have my open dots. Since it has 2 borders, I should have 2 answers. So, and such that, talk about the negative 9 first, n is greater than negative 9, and n is less than 4. Okay. The second one, this is an or statement, so I should be shading at least 2 spots. Okay, I got to solve them first. So divide both sides by 2, and get x is less than or equal to 2. Done with that one, it's in the correct order. The second one, I have to divide both sides by negative 4. Now, I just divided both sides by a negative. That means I do have to flip the inequality sign. Negative 40 divided by negative 4 is positive 10. Those are both solved. Time to do our 3 graphs. Two is smaller, so 2 goes first. 10 goes second. Get my number line. And we graph them. Close dot on 2. Going left. Closed dot on 10. Going right. Okay. Now remember, this is an or statement shading two spots, so I'd shade the left and the right. Okay. Just make sure we're putting the appropriate dots on our problem. Since it's talking about, since the final answer has two borders, I need to make sure I use them both in my answer. X such that x is less than or equal to 2. Use the word or because it's an or statement. X is greater than or equal to 10. Okay. Let's do another set of 2. So please pause the video and give the students about 10 minutes to complete these 2 problems. All right, for number 3, what we need to remember is that this middle part, I have to actually break this up. This middle part goes with both problems. Okay, it is an and statement when it's written like this. Okay, now for one of the problems, you're using the left side plus the middle. For the second problem, you're using the middle and the right side. So those are our 2 problems. So let's go ahead and solve them. Need to add 8 to both sides. That is 0. Divide both sides by -5. I do need to flip the inequality sign. So it'd be 0 is greater than or equal to n. Now, this one, the n needs to be rearranged because in order to graph, I need my n on the other side. So for rearranging, my answer is eating the 0, so it still needs to eat the 0. The second one, add 8 to both sides. I get 5. Divide by -5. I have to flip my inequality sign. Now I get n is greater than -1. Okay? 3 graphs. Thinking about which number is smaller. -1 is smaller than 0, so -1 goes on the left. 0 goes on the right. So the closed dot on 0, going left. Open dot on -1, going right. And on an and statement, we're looking for one spot because it's an and statement. So I would just shade the middle part. Make sure we're putting the appropriate dots on our 2 spots. Okay, so my final answer talks about both of them. I should talk about the -1 first. So the n is greater than -1. The word and is less than or equal to 0. And that one is done. Okay, last one here. Solve. It is or, so it's already broken up. I know I'm shading in at least 2 spots. Let's solve it here. Add 1. I get 8b is greater than or equal to -8. Divide by 8. I do not flip the inequality sign. That one is finished. It's in the correct order. Solve the second one. Add 4. I get 7b is less than -63. Divide both sides by 7. I do not flip the inequality sign. So I'm dividing by a positive. I get b is less than -9. Draw my 3 graph lines. -9 is smaller than -1. So -9 has to be first. On the number line, -1 has to be second. Closed dot on -1. That goes to the right. Open dot on -9. That goes to the left. We're shading 2 spots wherever it's at for an or statement. So I shade the left and the right. Okay, just make sure I put the appropriate dots. That one's open, that one's closed still. And now I can write my final answer. I should talk about the -9 first. So b such that b is less than -9, or, if you use the word or, b is greater than or equal to -1. Okay? Now, you have a study guide worksheet on Canvas. Okay? I mentioned in class on Monday that we should probably do this on our own piece of paper. Okay? Then you can turn in that piece of paper. Okay? So you are doing all the problems. Okay? Both sides. You're doing all the problems. Then you are turning this in when you are finished. Okay? Again, I would prefer you do it on a separate piece of paper. Okay? If you really want to use Cami, you can, but it's going to be a tight fit to fit everything in. Right? All your problems that you're doing should look like this. When I should see this kind of work. All right. So that is it for today. Good luck, and come to class on Thursday, Friday with some questions. All right. We'll see you. Bye bye.